Good morning, Otherworldlies. This is Juliana Angel, your Dark Mask Diva. How is everyone? Alright, we are getting closer and closer to Halloween. Every time I turn around, I see people outside in costumes. There they are, over here, over there. Went outside, I was at the store earlier, I saw all these people in costumes. They were everywhere. And I was like, cool, okay. You know, I'm not the one standing out with my pink hair this time. It's people in costumes. I was like, okay, here we go. There's some kind of party around here because there's a bunch of people in the store with costumes. There's a bunch of people at the bar on the corner with costumes. There's a bunch of people walking around with costumes. So something's going on around here. But I didn't dress up and go to it. I want to stay home. I want to make some content for you guys. You know, trying to get close to 150 videos, so I can't wait to make 150 videos for you guys. So somebody asked me and they're feeling really bad about it. This is something I'd like to talk about, and I talked about it a little bit on one of the videos, but I'd like to talk about it a little bit more, and I think it's really important. It is a really touchy subject, but it is something that I'd like to talk about a little bit more because I really didn't get into it, and I would like to just dedicate one video to just this, okay, because I haven't talked about it just by itself before. And this is about taking psychiatric medications, okay? So somebody asked me, what is she going to do if her boyfriend refuses to take his psychiatric medications? Okay, here's the thing about taking psych meds. All right. So here's the thing about them. I have bipolar disorder. All right. Some people get these psych meds and they're having a bad reaction to them. So they're getting given the wrong meds. Here's what happens with a lot of these mood stabilizers. Okay, they put a lot of weight on you and they make you feel weird. Okay, that's how I gained so much weight. Okay, so this isn't my normal weight, and I know I've talked about that a lot. I'm a lot more overweight than I'm supposed to be because of mood stabilizers, okay? So they put a lot of weight on you. That's one reason people don't like to take their meds. Okay, so I'm on a mood stabilizer now that doesn't make you gain weight, so that's why I'm able to lose some weight now. Okay, so I was off mood stabilizers for a while, just completely because that's what I was doing, so I could lose, you know, like I lost 50 pounds, and that was from being off mood stabilizers for like 3 years. Okay, so that I had to do that just so I could lose that weight. Okay, and that's what I had to do. So I had to deal with having bipolar mood swings for like 3-4 years, just so I could lose 50 pounds. Yeah. So I had to deal with that. I had to contend with those mood swings just so I could lose that weight. But I have to, you guys. That's being that overweight is really dangerous, okay? And I still have a lot of weight to lose. So people will opt not to take this medicine that they need to keep their moods normal, just so they can take off dangerous weight, because obesity is serious, okay? So that might be the reason he does not want to take his medicine, okay? Another reason is because, I don't know, you didn't tell me what his diagnosis was, okay? Another reason is some of those medicines make you feel really weird, okay? I don't know how high functioning your boyfriend is, okay? Does he have a job? This is what happens sometimes when you take those meds. They make your vision like really blurry, okay? Like sometimes you're looking at the computer screen and all of a sudden you just get this flash of light, and like the letters on the screen just become like super blurry, and you try to put your glasses on, you can't see anything. Okay, is he taking like Depakote? That will make you feel like you are super drunk. Okay, that's like one of those medicines. It's I believe it's an atypical psychotic I remember a lot of people were taking that and they were just like staggering around and they just could not function. Okay, that was a really bad one. I wasn't on that one ever because that one's like super strong and I don't need a super strong one, but that one was really bad and that was messing everybody up. Okay. I don't know what kind he's on or anything like that. Okay. A lot of these meds, they've got some wicked side effects. Okay. They give you dry mouth. Like, have you ever been high on weed and got cotton mouth? That is nothing compared to the cotton mouth you get on psych meds. It's really bad. Like you are parched all the time. Like, have you ever done speed and you get like super parched and you're constantly drinking water and just like sweating all the time? Okay. Psych meds are like all kinds worse, but you don't, it's not fun like being on speed. Okay, you're just freaking thirsty all the time and you're just drinking water all the time and everybody's looking at you like, what is wrong with this freak? Why are they drinking water all the time? And then everyone's like, are you high? And you're like, no, you're just trying to feel like a normal person. So everyone just looks at you like a weirdo, and you already feel like a weirdo because you just got some weird diagnosis you can't even pronounce. And it might not even be the right diagnosis. Okay, so here's another thing. Sometimes you get diagnosed wrong because they ask you all these weird questions that you have a hard time answering. Like, do you lie awake at night and think weird thoughts? And then they ask you these questions where, these words that don't make sense to you. Do you have harmful ruminations and things like that? A lot of people don't know what those words mean. I know what those words mean because I read a lot of psychology books. Well, a lot of people don't know what that is. I've told people that they have those things because, I noticed they were tripping out. They didn't know what I meant. Yeah, how are they supposed to know? I'm like, you're having harmful ruminations. You should think about something else for a while. The things, they're like, what do you mean? And I said, well, the things you're thinking are not healthy for your mind. You should, listen to a waterfall right now or read a book or, and not think about the thing you're thinking about. You're having a harmful rumination. And they're like, oh, I didn't know what that meant. I know what it means, and a psychiatrist knows what it means. The typical person doesn't know what that means. But, so I have to explain to somebody what that means. See, so a typical person doesn't know what that means. That sort of thing. So people are getting asked these questions and they don't know what the question means. So they're being given a pill they might not need. Okay, and it's screwing with your brain chemistry. So they're getting this drug and it's sometimes making them hallucinate. Have you ever had a bad trip and you start seeing things that aren't there? They're getting these drugs and they're giving them nightmares. All right. They're getting drugs and they're getting hooked on these drugs. Okay, I was hooked on some very dangerous drugs for years and years and years and had to kick the drugs myself. I had to risk my own life to kick a drug that a psychiatrist gave me that it was a very harmful and dangerous drug, okay? And I have 4 years clean coming up next month. I shouldn't even be alive, okay, because of a psychiatric medication that I should not have been on. Okay, so I'm not saying that it was wrong. I mean, I probably needed to be on that drug for a while, but they need to come up with better things that are not addictive, okay? But that's just the medicine of psychiatry it's a new science, okay? It's a new practice of medicine. There's so much that they don't know about it. So your boyfriend might not be taking medicine that's really good for him. So he might think, I feel funny, I don't feel good, I don't want to take these pills. Okay? So there's all that. It might be making him worse. He might be feeling really weird, okay? And he might not be able to tell you. Because sometimes when you're having a mental illness, you can't put it into words. You can't tell somebody what's going wrong with your mind because your mind's already confused and you can't articulate what's going wrong. How are you supposed to tell somebody that you're seeing things that aren't there? You don't want to tell people that. you don't want them to, you don't want to get locked up, in one of those mental facilities. That stuff's scary. You're afraid people are gonna, laugh at you and call you a weirdo, and you're afraid people are gonna, lock you up in a place like that. And that might not happen, but you're afraid that's gonna happen because you feel like you're losing your mind, and you're really just taking the wrong pill. Okay, he's afraid of that. Here's another possibility. He's not aware of how odd he's acting. He's not aware of how off-putting his behavior is. He's walking around maybe muttering to himself a lot, and he doesn't realize he's doing it. Okay, and he's acting in a bizarre manner, and he doesn't realize what he's doing is inappropriate, and he's making everybody around him uncomfortable. Okay, because some people with mentally ill behaviors just walk around and talk to themselves all the time, and they don't realize they're doing it. They just think they're thinking aloud, and they're walking around going and just muttering the same things over and over and over and over and over. Okay, sometimes I would like to, repeat the same things to myself over and over and over because I like to make up new words. Okay, but I'm talking about people who just like to talk to themselves. Okay, it seems like really odd behavior. Some people are hearing voices and they're talking to the voices. They think somebody's talking to them. He doesn't realize nobody's talking to him. Again, I don't know his diagnosis. He does not realize he's doing something odd. Okay, and you're trying to tell him he needs to take his meds because he doesn't realize nobody was talking to him. Okay, a lot of people who suffer from these conditions don't realize that they're living in a different reality than the rest of us. Okay, the mind is so delicate. Okay, the chemical imbalances in the mind are so delicate. Okay, there's norepinephrine, there is serotonin. Okay, there are so many different things going on in the mind, and there's so much we still need to know. Okay, I take a few different things. If I don't get enough sunlight, I get really sad. Okay, different times of the year I get really sad. I get really irritated sometimes. I mean, it's just because I have bipolar disorder. And I take a very low dose of a mood stabilizer, but if I don't take it, I get in a really bad mood. And my case isn't even that severe. But if I don't take the medicine, I'm a different person. But I take it because I don't think I'm very nice to be around if I don't. But see, I'm like more like high functioning, and I'm aware of that. And I don't like myself when I don't take it. And I don't think Sensational really appreciates me when I don't take it. I think I'm a nicer person when I take it, to be honest. But a lot of people with more severe disorders, I don't think they realize how unpleasant they are when they don't take their meds, or that they act strange. Okay, I think something bad happened to them. They had some kind of trauma of some sort that affected them deeply. Now, I'm not saying that I don't have trauma and I don't have awful things that happen, and I don't have to come out and say, look, I'm really going through something really bad, so I'm sorry if I'm acting weird right now. Can I have a moment? Can I have a little leave alone? Hey, I'm about really just to, about to act up. I really don't feel like a normal person right now. I'm having, this is not good, because I've been through a lot, and that's, sometimes that can bring out mental illness. Okay, but I'm one of those high functioning patients. I know, I have to take a couple pills every day just to kind of feel better. And that's just how it goes. That's kind of like life on Earth. Okay. But what you can say, is look, you're hard. Ooh, moth. You're hard to get along with if you don't take your meds. Tell me what you don't like about your meds. What happens to you when you take them? He might say, my throat gets dry and closes up. He might, he might say, I get mad cotton mouth, or, my eyelids feel funny, or I start seeing little spots and weird stuff, or I just feel like, like I'm going to jump out of my own body, or he might start telling you some really weird stuff, and you're like, whoa, no wonder you don't want to take it. Maybe he's afraid to tell you what's really going on when he takes those meds. He might be on too high of a dose, and it might give him like a really bad trip. I've taken some meds that they had no business giving me. Like, they overdiagnosed me. They didn't realize that I'm just really not like severely sick. They didn't realize that I'm just like, my symptoms are so mild, but they're just like really not nice to live with. But they just, gave me too strong of a dose of whatever they were giving me. I just need heavy sedation at night so I can just like sleep for the most part. And I just need to not be like in a bad mood and stuff like that, because like bipolar, you get really manic and then you get really depressed. So you really need to be able to have like a stable mood, like I'm like Harley Quinn. Like, you don't want me to be that, you know what I'm saying? Even though she's cool and stuff, you actually don't want to be that, okay? Like, in real life, you don't want to be that. So, it's really... The thing about taking psych meds is it can sometimes make mental illness worse. So, he doesn't want to take them. And you can tell him, I'm choosing not to be around you if you don't take your meds. I'm going to go home. Or, I'm choosing not to have a relationship with you if you're choosing not to take your psych meds. Or you're choosing, or if you decide that you don't want to get them adjusted, that you don't want to tell your doctor, hey, these are freaking me out and weirding me out. Now, I'm going to tell you one thing about some doctors. Some doctors are straight up quacks, okay? They don't want to adjust your meds and they don't want to listen to you. Can you be your boyfriend's advocate? Can you go down there and go, look, he takes these and he trips out and starts talking to himself. These are not good for him, and he doesn't want to take them, and he told me X, Y, and Z happens when he takes them. So can you give him something else, because he said this, and this happens. He starts seeing things and all this other stuff when he takes them. You can be an advocate for him if he's afraid to tell the doctor because he thinks the doctor is not going to take him seriously. Because I will tell you something, some of these practitioners, they just want to throw pills at you. And to be honest, sometimes they test them on you like a guinea pig. I'm gonna just keep it real. And that is God's honest truth. Sometimes they're just kind of like, here, take this sample, here, because the drug reps will come in. Big pharma drug reps will come in and they will try to push a particular product. And so they will be like, here, I think your insurance covers this. And they will give you a particular type of pill. And they will try to push that particular pill on you. And they will, here, this is really helping a lot of people. And they'll try to get you to, take on this particular type of pill. And I've studied a lot of pills, and so I know this. I know which ones are the jive-ass pills and which ones aren't. And I'm like, no, I know a lot about that one, and I'm not interested in that class of whatevers. I know a lot about this, and I know it does this, and I know the side effects of this. And so it's like, they're like, oh, I see you know a lot about it. I'm like, yes, I know a lot of patients, and I know a lot of, and I am a patient, and I know a lot about pharmaceuticals, and I'm going to say no to this one. But I finally do have a good doctor who's, basically saving my life, and who cares, and who isn't trying to make me morbidly obese, and isn't trying to kill me. So that is always a good sign. And I'm educated, and I'm studying medicine, and I know a lot about these pills. The patients go through all this weird stuff when they're taking the wrong pills, and they're afraid to talk about it. They just won't take the pills. Okay? And they're already suffering all these strange things, and they're giving the wrong pills on top of it. That's why he doesn't want to take his meds. So you can advocate for him to get the right medications. Some people will give up and never take the right pills and never get better. Okay, But if you have a mental illness, that means you have a chemical imbalance in your brain. Okay, and it's like any other illness where you need to take medicine and get better, or you need to find some holistic way to get better. But if he is not taking care of his mental hygiene, you cannot enable him and just put up with his strange behaviors that make you scared for his own well-being, make you scared to be around him. If he's just staggering around doing weird things and putting you in danger because he's manic and he's accidentally setting fires and doing strange things, which some people, with mania do. They like to play with fire. I know this as a manic person. I used to like to play with fire as a child. My mom had to keep stopping me. Okay? Some grown-ups with mania do that. Some grown-ups with mania play with fire. I don't. But I'm just saying as a child I like to. That's where a lot of people were pyromaniacs as a child. They had mania. So, good thing I grew out of it, right? So, but that is one of those things. You really, so you are in danger with some people who refuse to take their meds because they go off the deep end and do things that endanger them and endanger you. So you are right to say, hey, if you don't let me help you, if you don't take your pills, if you don't let me help you find the right ones and you refuse to take them, I'm not going to hang around you anymore. Okay, you need to mind your mental hygiene, and this is really important. And I'm not trying to be a pill pusher or anything like that, but I'm talking about people taking care of themselves. And if you need to take a holistic route, that's what you need to do. Okay, but I'm going to recommend sunshine, exercise, water, lots of water. Okay, do not do street drugs. Do not drink alcohol. And I'm going to say this as a person, whether you take meds or not. I'm saying this if you have any form of mental illness or you have any chemical imbalance of any kind, if you have any type of melancholy temperament, if you're any kind of moody person whatsoever, if you are very super emotional, do not do drugs. Do not drink. Okay, you need to eat right, you need to exercise. I mean, exercise every single day, go on a walk every single day, listen to music you like, don't go around people that are negative, okay, practice positive thinking, okay, do everything you possibly can to help yourself. Don't do negative stuff. Do not concentrate on negative things, okay? You need to do, be spiritual, do everything you can to help yourself. All right, but you do not need to enable people who will not take their meds, and don't feel bad about it, because maybe that's the awakening they need, and they're like, you know what, if I don't take care of myself, this is like every other medical problem, okay? If I don't take care of myself, and that includes eating right, exercising, and doing all that other stuff, it maybe not even about the meds, just maybe if I don't learn to act right, people are going to disappear. Okay? So that's anything, whether it has to do with your meds or not. If you don't act right, people aren't going to hang around and put up with your bull. Okay, so, I mean, I know I'm a nicer person when I take it. Okay, I don't want to end up being super mean, because I'm a straight up OG, and I will get like seriously evil. I know if I don't take mine. Seriously, because I can just feel it building up inside, and I'm like, you know what? I'm so glad I take meds, because I can't take one more year of not taking them. No way. Absolutely not. It's like this is my year to be able to calm down, so it's my year to be happy. So I think that's all I have to say about that, but mental hygiene is of the utmost importance, you guys, and you need to do your physical hygiene along with it, because your mind and your body goes together, your spirit goes together. Being kind to other people. This is about being kind to yourself and being kind to other people. Ask other people for help. Tell them something's bothering you. Okay, don't be afraid. This is nothing to be ashamed of. This is something. This is a medical problem. Okay, this is not a personal weakness. This is just a medical problem. So get it treated. And if your doctor's not treating you right, you find another doctor. Okay. I love you all, otherworldlies, and you have a beautiful evening. Good night.